Hey, man. You done? Did you see that shit? He's like, I'm going to fucking Applebee's. Like, what the hell is going on? Alright, next. What? I'm scared. It's okay, I got it. I could use a little bit of this. Well, that's one way to clear one of them out. Was not aware that there were still multiples. They keep popping out. Thankfully, this is perfect on mobs. Just take them out. Time Splicer's pretty good. They're like, hey, what if we tried to make a more action-oriented version of Lethal Frame? Which makes sense. Time Splicer is a new ability that this team made. And the first game they made for the Kingdom Hearts series was Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, adapting the Game Boy Advance Classic into the KH2 like 3D space style stuff. So it makes sense that they'd try to re-input that in there. And it's also a super cool anime style move of just stopping time, doing a bunch of hits, and then it's like, oh no, I must now react to every hit. It's super cool. Though, if there's enough enemies around, you're not going to get all of them, so you'll end up opening yourself up. But I guess that's something that we have all kind of gotten used to in these more modern KH games. You get punished sometimes for going in, which is a bit unfortunate. It's like you go in for the hit, and there's some stuff where it's like, this should work, but you're still gonna get hit a little bit for it. I'm hoping there's some better defensive options, and most importantly, for KH3, since that's what I'm talking about here, is that the game's hardest mode isn't a nightmare. Because, as you may know, no critical mode past 2 has ever been necessarily fun to do. Like, well, nearly as fun and engaging. Look at this. Man. Whoo-wee. That's hell. That's hell. Man. We got some work to do. Okay, we got some Heartless to go take out. There's a lot of them. They're like, okay, you killed like 4 things. That's more than enough. Let me glow my ball a little bit. It's ovulating a little bit. Don't worry about it. Instead, we will jump over here and begin continuing to attack the gigantic Orbman. Man, there's a lot of KH3 hype in my blood, so there's going to be times where I'm just going to talk about that. Is that okay? Yes? I heard a no in there. Sorry, we're only accepting yeses because I don't record this in front of an audience. Seeing the abounding crystals and various synth items drop gets me so excited, because one of the things I love personally about these games is enemy drops and like synthesizing new materials. It's one of my favorite things. I loved it in KH1. With some reservations that by the end, there are certain things that are just completely awful to deal with. Specifically in the final mix version, because there's specific Heartless that have a bit of a set of obtuse challenges to get them. Like the Sniper Wilds that you have to sneak around, cast Stop on them to be able to kill them easily. There's a lot going on there that I'm not super keen on. And certain things have way too low a drop rate. KH2, I think, handled all this exceptionally well. And I'm hoping the synthesis stuff and how everything is handled in 3 is on par with that, because I love grinding for synthesis stuff. I like doing that, and then, like, using, I think it's like these Serenity items to then make the same item again, but it's like a tier above it. Big fan of that stuff. It's a good way to artificially, you know, add on some extra content that makes me want to engage with your stuff a little bit more. You're doomed. That was incredibly satisfying. I'm a big fan of all that. Well, your ball's dead. However, you do notice that there's a bit of a field left. And it's a big circle. We have no choice but to defeat all of the enemies within the super barrier. Oh god, this might be the zone I was most worried about, because this is where they just say fuck it, we're going in. I'm gonna need that defense up. There is an absurd amount of Heartless in here. Time Splicer's pretty safe here. I guess it's only bad if you're like fighting a boss, because with a boss it's not gonna cast stop on them. Because I remember getting opened up quite a bit in Dream Drop Distance using this spell. So we do have Ghost Drive. This will prove useful. This is that moment they just turned Kingdom Hearts into a Dynasty Warrior style game. Just rip and tear through dozens of these dudes. And it's like in a real way, not like the 1000 Heartless battle, because in that, you know, you don't rip through enemies, unless you hit the triangle button. How dare you hit me out of my move? That's it, time to suffer. You're done. Alright, we got our ghost magic back. Alright, let's use regular commands for a little bit. The teleport move I really like. Just turning your dodge into a warp like that's just super cool looking. Alright, bring it to him. If you can believe it, there are still more Heartless in here. I think we killed like 1 million. Ooh, nice timing on me immediately hitting that button. You just gotta feel it out a little bit. And that's it. What about that? That one down there looks fine. They're like, no, we're leaving. I'm hungry. Well, I was thinking about getting like a sandwich or something. It was just, they're like, thinking about it. Upon second thought of the situation, maybe I shouldn't fuck with this strong woman. It's like, you're very right, my friend. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're gonna go ahead and pop one of these. Ah, wonderful. All right. We are coming up on what I believe is the end of our journey here. Or end of part of it. The source of the void awaits us.
This monster, this is no unverse. Just a dweller of darkness.
And this is the mysterious red-eyed monster, which overall is very horrifying, of it just chasing you. Shrouded in shadows. This is a super cool boss that I am so sad hasn't really been used in anything else. The way it has the mysterious red eyes, and as you'll see from its look later, makes it kind of reminiscent to the hooded nightmare of Dream Drop Distance. That I feel like people theory craft stuff with that, but no real relation, it looks like. Unless that thing's back in KH3, because no character can just stay away from that game. It's like the sun. We all orbit around it. So here's the full form of our Heartless, which I believe is called Darkhide. A super powerful beast somewhat reminiscent to the full form of the boss you fight in Beast's Castle in KH2. It's chained down, ultra aggressive, and this entire area, it's so cool looking. Just looking at the ghostly trees and the absolute, like, explosion happening in the background there. The blue pillar, which, if I could try and get a look, that right there. Which I believe that's supposed to illustrate one of the Disney worlds, which we'll see in a bit, like descending to darkness. I think that's kind of what they want to illustrate, and it being brought down here, which I think is really cool. It really is too bad that the full scope of what they wanted to do was not represented in a side game of its own. But then also, you know, you get a lot of complaints of another portable game existing that people had to play, because as you know, Kingdom Hearts fans that want 3 really don't like playing games that aren't 3. They're afraid of those pesky games, folks. They're dangerous. They killed their family. We should feel bad for them. Okay, so there's going to be a part where I would like to get a shot lock in. Haven't really thought about how to approach that yet, because he won't leave me alone. I guess. Oh man, yeah, his movements make it really difficult to get a target on this thing. Oh god, he has some form of gravity too? Wow. Ah, it's like a gravity bomb. Oh, well, that got some damage in. So, he enters his second phase here, the final phase, pretty much. Where it just makes a weird spinny thing, and he just starts... He just turns into M. Bison. He gets his psycho power in, and then makes a bunch of projection clones that attack you. It's all a nightmare. Alright. Let's relax it. We don't need to kill this thing immediately. Also, I'd rather not do 100% scumbag tactics of just using shot locks, personally. Though getting a little bit of this damage is good, because this thing has a pretty high health bar. Alright, we're close to finally putting this beast to bed. Easy on the charges, buddy. And... yeah! That was a weird noise. Was not prepared for the last hit. Look, he's just flipping. Flip into the abyss, you bitch.
Oh, could it be?
Well, wasn't this a bit of an upgrade? Say hello to the new engine. And also, we jumped a couple generations ahead. This is the 0.2 part of this Aqua Chronicle, where we move on to the PS4 and, you know, higher detail. Given the way both scenes are set up, and the fact that following the Darkhyde fight, there was, in fact, the exact same line of Aqua reacting, I think they even reused the same take. It seems pretty clear that, this takes place right after that boss fight, even in the canon of this 0.2, which I find to be pretty good. Another thing I noticed, this PS4 Pro, it is just going. Like, it turns into a little baby vacuum. I can't wait for KH3, where that's just going in. Anyway, this is 0.2. We look a little bit more detailed. Nice models, beautiful, beautiful locations. We head on over to the menu. Pretty similar to what you'd expect. We have a few options here we can't mess with. Story. Story gives you access to the story so far, which is it's all of it. It's the entire story of Birth by Sleep, and then of course it has that stuff there. I decided to put a lot of the intro 0.2 stuff in the secret episode part, just because they feel like one cohesive unit, at least the way I'm cutting it, so it seemed to make a bit more sense. Anyway, it's time to get into the combat of this game, which is not much like Birth by Sleep.
Why is Cinderella's world here in the darkness?
Defeat the Heartless. So, we have no access to anything but attacks right now. And we are continuing to use Ericus's old Keyblade. And overall, I think this looks really nice. If I can get one of the shadows to go into the ground, you can see them actually turn into real shadows now, instead of a black outline that scurries around. Let's see if we can get one to cooperate so we can kind of look at it. You guys really gonna be like that with me today? All I want is to show something off for the video, which they already did earlier, but I'd rather do it after calling it out. You gonna work with me? Thank you. Look at that. That looks really cool. It's a really cool effect. Alright, go away. Alright, I was totally worried that if that was like the last one or not, and it's like, you're really gonna put me in this position, huh? Just really going in. One thing that's kind of hard to get used to is the utterly small UI.
There's no time in the realm of darkness. I walk on and on without end. In the realm of light, do days or years pass with each step? I know something has started to go wrong. I must hurry.
Given the way that time passes in general with this, it's kind of the way the game portrays it. About 10 years pass over the course of everything we're doing with these few episodes of the secret episode in 0.2. So it does suck that she's down here for 10 years, but she doesn't really experience it like that, which I think is pretty interesting. I'm very excited to see how they pick up on certain scenes and interactions with that she has with Ansem the Wise in Blank Points in KH3. Because we've seen him, but where'd he go? He's not around in certain scenes. I'm wondering what's going on with everything with that. She's like, yeah, that sucks. She's like, you know, this looks like a platforming thing. So here are sparkles. These are new to 0.2 and KH3. You kind of just auto run on them. And then you also had that thing that we could slide on that's just gone now. Thankfully, these are from the remnants of old worlds, so these chests aren't dead. Also, they wanted them to be visible.
haven't felt my heart stir in a long time. Something about this place. It looks like worse things are stirring.
Okay, we have more of these dummies. One thing I do like in 0.2 is that they do make Aqua seem powerful, because she already starts at level 50, because now we're already at 51. I think that's good. I've always liked games where they start you at a higher level than 1. Unless they try to contextualize why the person's a lower level. Like Sora in every KH game. It's like, well, he's gotta be a level 1 because he's in Castle Oblivion. Well, he's gotta be level whatever Roxas was, because the pod reset him. Well, Roxas was born, so he's level 1 in days. Well, encoded is data Sora. Dream drop distance, you gotta forget everything he knows. 3, dream drop distance. Wow, that happens a lot. You know, I started that bit not really getting the scope of how many times they do that. They're better than Metroid games with that.
I took it for granted. I thought I had nothing in life to lose.
Ah, the good old days. Back on the PSP. I remember my friends, those manlets. At least she's a positive person. She's not once thinking about all those times that she failed to communicate with characters and it led to awkward, sad moments. She's also blocked out that point when Zack hit on her. It was a very traumatic experience.
Here, too, everyone in this world thought that they were safe. Not just the people, but the dog waiting for his owner. The cat curled up in her nook. So much life. Trees and flowers. There's no deeper sadness than discovering all that you knew was gone. The grief in this place is too much to fathom. That's enough. I can't keep on wishing for the past.